Hi guys, I'm Ram Agarwal. You are watching my channel 52 Pixels. Let's get started. Hi guys, in today's tutorial we are going to see how to edit videos, but moreover we are going to see how to create parallax effects by editing photos and videos in Photoshop. So, basically what parallax effect means is that you are going to take some images and you are just going to pan in or zoom in to the image and create that a GIF kind of an effect. So let's see how to do that. But before that, what we are going to do is I'll just show you some examples that I created so that you get a better idea of what you can expect in this particular tutorial. So if I just start by playing this one, as you can see in this one, the main sign is kind of getting zoomed in, and the sky at the background it's just moving very slowly, and it is looking very natural and kind of like amazing. Same way we are going to work with this one, where it is going to look like as if it is shot using a drone or something, and then it's done like a time lapsing kind of an effect. So let's see how it works. I'll just start by playing this one. So as you can see, the sky is moving and the image is overall, it's getting kind of like zoomed in so that you get a proper, you can say a proper panning effect. I don't know, but anyways, so I call it parallax effect, and we are going to see how to do that now in Photoshop. So before starting, what we are going to do is we are going to work with this one first, and I'll just go to file and revert so that I get back to 0. Now to start with, what we are going to do is that I have to separate this sign and the sky from each other so that we have two different layers that we can work with. Now to do that, what I can do is just right click on this background layer and I can tap on duplicate layer, so it is going to create a duplicate layer, and I'll just double tap on this one and I'll name it as layer 0 just to remove the lock. Now with this top layer selected, what I'm going to do is just go to the quick select tool, and very easily and very conveniently I can just select this sign apart from the sky. Like the sky is going to be not selected, but the sign is going to be selected, and I can easily mask it out. So as you can see, I've done with the selections quite easily. Now what I want to do is just I'll create a mask out of this. So I can just tap on add a layer mask and the mask is created. So this is the mask that we wanted. Now with this layer on and this layer turned off, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to remove this sign so that I have complete image full of sky. And so to do that, we have already learned I can just use the polygonal lasso tool, and just by plotting some points or regions away from the main image, I can just make a blunt selection, and after getting the selection I can just go to this main image where I want to make the changes. So I can just tap on layer 0. Now I can just go to edit and go to fill. Under fill I have the option called as content aware. I can just click on OK, wait for some time, just hope that it works well, and it does a pretty good job. So I can just press Ctrl+D to deselect, and this is the complete image of sky that I have got. But again, there's a catch. I have to pan the sky, I have to move the sky from one point to other. So to give that effect, I'll just increase the size of the sky to somewhat like this over here, and I'll just turn this layer on once again. So this is the normal image and this is the everything what we want. And as you can see now itself, I can just create this effect. I just want this, and as you might have guessed, I'm going to use keyframes to do this work and make it possible. So I'll just go to the timeline over here and I'll just tap on create video timeline, and both of these things are going to get imported over here. I'll just increase the size so that you have a clear visibility of what I am doing. Now to work with the background copy, what we have to do is just I can right click, I can just click on this one and I have all these options, but there's a problem that it has a layer mask. So what is going to happen is if I just change the position, or I can just set keyframes and then change the positions like zooming in or zooming out. So what will happen is that only the mask is going to move, but not the real image is going to get affected. So to resolve that issue, what I'm going to do is just I can right click over here. I can say that convert this to a smart object, and same way with this one, I again convert this to a smart object just for our convenience. And I'll take this guy to the extreme right. Now we can start working with this one. So I can tap on this arrow over here, and I can tap on the transform. So first keyframe set at 0.0 seconds, and I'll take it extremely at the end. And at the end, what I'm going to do is just zoom this one, not so much but just a little, so that it feels believable and natural. Now that I'm done, I can just press enter, and the second keyframe is going to get placed over here at 5 seconds approximately. You can increase or decrease the keyframes or the length of the video, but currently it is 5 seconds and I'm pretty happy with that one. Now that I'm done with background copy or the main sign layer, I can move on to the next layer that consists of the sky. So I can just tap on the sky layer and then tap on this arrow again, take this you can say the starting, I don't know what to call it, but anyways, so I took it back to 0.0 seconds, tap on transform, and again take it at the last. Now just drag the sky towards the right and a little at the upper side. So now as you can see, we have got our parallax effect ready, and we can work around with exporting it or rendering it. So now I'll just play the video so that you have an idea what is happening in the video. And this is what we have made. So it is looking very cool. Just the thing is that I could have worked in a better way with the sky. So we can again go to this layer 0, and with this transform, what I am going to do is just I'll change this position from here to here. And okay, so we messed up a little bit. Yeah, I'll just change this position from top to bottom. I guess that should do the work, and now we are going to play it once again. So now as you can see, it is slowly getting zoomed into the sign, and the sky is moving very slowly and very kind of a subtle effect. It's giving a very good effect, and that's what we wanted. So we are done with this particular one. Now moving on to this one. This is a bit complicated, so you will have to catch up really quick with this one. I'll again go to file and revert so that I have the original image. I'll just double tap on the timeline so that I get the full picture, and I'll again just press Ctrl+0 so that the image becomes full screen. And for now, in this particular one, instead of 2 different copies in this one, we are going to require 4 different copies for this one, which is the main ground, person, the mountain, and the sky. So to do that, I can just first start by renaming it as layer 0 so that the lock is removed. Now I can just duplicate the layer, again duplicate the layer, and for the 4th time or the 3rd time duplicate the layer. So as you can see, I've got 4 different layers of the same image, and now I can just start with masking each layer with the different item that we want to mask out. So what we are going to do is start by working with layer 0 copy 3. So basically in this one I'm going to work with masking the ground. So I can just tap on layer 0 copy 3, go to the quick select tool, and very easily, very conveniently I can just create a selection. Although there's a little problem over here, we can work around. I can just go to the minus tool and work around with this. So as you can see, it's very simple, and I'm already done with one selection, and I can just create a layer mask of this one. Now moving on to the next one, I'm going to make the selection of this man. So again with the quick select tool and the plus selection, I'm just going to create a selection around this guy over here. Again a blunt selection would do, but we can be as precise as we want so that we don't encounter any further problems while using the keyframes. So the more accurate we are, the more the less problems we face. So I'm almost done with the selection of this guy. and I can again just create a layer mask. Don't worry about the feet, it's not going to be so visible in the video, so you don't have to worry about perfect selection. All you need is the shape to be selected quite well. Now that we are done, again I'll just create a layer mask, and for the third time what we are going to do is create a selection of this mountain. Again go to the quick select tool, and with an increased brush size we are going to select the mountain this time. Make sure you don't select the person, because the person is already selected and you don't want to mess up with that selection. So make sure that you don't mess around with the selections already made. Now that this selection is perfect, what you have to see is that you have to remove this person from the selection. Make sure that you are having a negative brush, and you can just deselect this particular guy and again make the remaining selection somewhat just like this. Although this selection is like, it won't matter, but still we can work around with that. And again I'll just create a layer mask of that one. And finally what we are going to do, instead of creating a layer mask for the sky, what I'm going to do is I'll just turn this all off, so that we just have a view of this particular sky, the image. And I'll make a selection using the polygonal lasso tool. Again it's going to be a little blunt selection, because I just want to cover the main regions so that I can fill it up with content aware and fill it up with the sky. So now I can go to edit. Make sure that layer 0 is selected, because that is the layer that you want to work with. Go to edit and fill. Again go to contents, that is content aware, and just click on OK. It is going to take some time, but we hope that it's going to work well. So it has not done a quite good job, but it's still a decent job for what we want. So it's still considerable with the given circumstances that it was really difficult to make a selection out of that, but here we are. So now that we have made the selection, and we have increased the size of this as well, because later on we'll have to move this. So I've already increased the size. Now I can just press enter and the image is going to get saved. I'll turn all these layers on, and remember we are going to convert it to smart object. So I've converted everything to a smart object. Now it's going to be easy for us just working around with the time frames. So just go to the timeline, create video timeline. Everything is going to get imported over here. Go to layer 0, copy 3, click on this arrow, click on the transform tool, and for the second keyframe go to the end, and we are just going to zoom it a little bit, kind of like this over here. So as you can see, we are done with plotting the 2 keyframes for the ground. Now secondly, what we are going to do is working with the human. So I'll again tap on the arrow, again tap on transform, and the keyframe is selected. Now what we are going to do is again zoom the guy a little bit, kind of like this over here, and once done just press enter, and it is going to create a second keyframe. Now for the third one, again go to layer 0, copy, again go to the arrow, transform, and this is the layer of mountains. So make sure that it moves in coordination with the guy, because it should look natural. So it's going to be around this big, and once done you can again press enter and the second keyframe is created. And for the last and the final one, that is the layer 0, I want it to move from right to left. So I'll just go to layer 0, start by transform first, and then I'll just take it on. So go to the 5 second you can say, and I'll just take it out like this over here. Let's see how that works out. So I'll start by playing the video. So as you can see, this is how it looks. It looks very cool, and I definitely like this effect. Although there are some problems with the selection, but I'm sure that you will be able to work around with that particular problem of selections. But for the time being, as you can see, the parallax effect is created, and it's looking very smooth and very good. So that's it for today, guys. If you found the video to be helpful, please like the video, and in case of any questions, suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me through the comments. With that being said, it's me, Ram Agarwal, signing off for the day. See you in the next one. Thank you.